This all reminds me, and I do so much teaching. I teach a lot of banjo players, and a lot of times, whether they come to my banjo camp or a jam camp, they almost always say, "Oh, I don't sing. I'm not going to sing." And I say, "No, you are going to sing. At my camp, you're going to sing." And they go, "Well, no, I'm not." You know, and then I say, "Oh, well, yes, you are." And then we compromise. I say, "You at least have to know what the lyrics of the songs are, and that means you are moving your lips, so that at least you go with the words. And then if you're moving your lips, you might as well let sound come out. And if it's coming out, you might as well try to make it in tune." And so we end up getting them singing. A lot of people have said, "You know, it's really good. You got me doing that," and da da da. I hear a lot later from them that they were, you know, had the resistance at first. And I said, "You know, bluegrass music, you came into it, you started playing the banjo because you wanted to play the banjo. But the banjo has its biggest home in bluegrass music, and bluegrass music is not about the banjo, it's not about instrumentals, it's about songs. When you get people on stage, they're singing songs. When you get people in a jam session, they're doing songs. So learning a banjo instrumental as your first thing doesn't make as much sense as, first of all, learning how to chord behind a song, which is much easier than playing a lead, especially an instrumental." And I go from there and say, well, then learn how to play a solo on a song. Like on Wonder Where You Are Tonight, it's much easier than playing Bluegrass Breakdown or something like that. And then when I hear a musician like you, you know, I'm a big admirer of the Gibson brothers, and you know, see if you share this reaction with me. I mean, I'm on stage with a genius banjo player, and I love his music, and I've always loved his music, but I got a charge when he started singing, you know. I just love his singing, you know. And that really is what it's all about. And then if I need to emphasize that, I say, look on the bill at the Bluegrass, you know, who's on the lineup on the Bluegrass Festival. How many banjo players do you see named, especially toward the top of the bill? No, you'll see singers there. So here's my advice to the young banjo players, I would say, and I say it now at any time. I say, if you want to get to play banjo for the rest of your life, and maybe in a professional context, find the best lead singer you can possibly find and hang out with them and be valuable to them. I did it with this guy Tim O'Brien, and it worked out very well. And you know, Bill Keith found this guy Bill Monroe, and that's how a lot of people got to hear about Bill Keith, is because he was playing with Bill Monroe. And if they say, playing at your local theater is Bill Keith, they'd say, who? You know, now they know who it is, but they partly know about who it is because of, and you made an incredible impression in only 9 months of playing with Bill Monroe. You got hugely on the map, in addition to from what you were already doing with others on the banjo. And then, of course, Eric's got the singing built right into his own, you know, his act with his brother. It was 10 and a half or 11 months. Sorry about that. Nevertheless, there you go. So that's something that I think banjo players should remember. They should at least see if they can learn how to carry a tune, and if they can, then they should follow in the footsteps of Bill Keith, myself, and you know, the real leaders, people like Earl Scruggs, Sonny Osborne, J.D. Crowe. What do they all share? The ability to sing baritone. Because you can't have a trio unless somebody knows how to sing baritone, and it's not such an obvious thing. It takes a while to figure it out, and that's a skill that you should add as soon as you think you're ready to be in a band. If you could learn how to sing baritone, you'll get asked much more likely into a good band, because baritone is a rare skill, and if you can do it, then you got trios in your band. And just it often falls to the banjo player, and it's almost assumed that since Crowe and Scruggs and Sonny Osborne, Bill Keith, etc. can sing baritone, then all banjo players must know how to sing baritone. So you should do it if you can, and that means learning how to carry a tune, learning something about singing, etc. And then it's the trio that helps make the band sound credible, not just the good banjo break. If you have all of that, then you have a band that's more, you know, stage worthy and hiring worthy. That's my sermon on singing for today.
Hey Pete, can you guys play one last song for us together?
Do you think we could?
I think we
Would you like to pick one that we should do?
You came along there from St. Louis? No, let's see. We could do a couple of the, like, Lonesome Road Blues, or...
Yeah, Lonesome Road Blues.
Any requests? A special request?
That would take a whole tuning situation, and there's not too many variations probably we could do, but are we allowed to do Lonesome River Blues? All right. You want to kick it off?
Oh, sure.
Why don't you?
All right.
Thank you, folks.